In this video, we will learn about making selection sets in AutoCAD. So in AutoCAD, you can make selection of objects in many different ways, and we have been doing it in the previous lessons also. So the most basic way of selecting objects is by a simple window and a crossing window. So here we have some objects here in the drawing area. Now let's say that we want to select objects here. Now in this part, so in order to make a selection, you can click on the left side of the screen. So I'm clicking on the left side of the screen and I'm stretching my cursor towards right. And now in this case, we have this solid window, and everything which is included in this solid window will be included in our selection set. Now if you expand this window, you'll notice that we are trying to include more objects, but when you look at this rectangle here, you'll notice that it is not included in our selection set, even though this window is touching it. So the only criteria for objects to be selected with this window is it should be completely included in this window, which this rectangle is not fulfilling, and that's why it's not added to our selection set. So let's now click here, and everything has been selected except the rectangle and the text, because they were partially inside and partially outside. Now let's repeat the process, and we'll repeat it with another window. So now I'll click on the right side of the drawing area and I'll move my cursor towards left, and now we have this dashed window. And in this case, you'll notice that everything which is completely inside this window is obviously selected and it is included in our selection set, but also the objects which are touching this window are selected, and this rectangle and the text here are also included in the selection set, although they are partially inside and partially outside, but still they are selected because they are touching the window. So this is the second way of selecting objects. So you can use either of these options, and we have many other options also for making selection. So the next one is window polygon, and to make a window polygon, click at any point to start the selection set, and now look at the command line. Here we have this window polygon option. So click on this window polygon, and now we can make a polygon to include some selective objects. For example, let's say that we want to include only L4 and L7 in this case here, just like this. So we can make this kind of selection window, and if you want to include ACV block also, so you can make this window something like this. And now in this window, ACV is also included, but we are obviously leaving the L1 geometry here. So in this way, you can create different kind of selection windows. Now press enter and the objects will be selected just like this. In a similar way, we can make a crossing polygon also. So click anywhere in the drawing area to start the selection set, and now click on this crossing polygon option from the command line. And now we can make a crossing polygon which is similar to the window polygon, but in this case, all the objects which even touch the boundaries of this crossing polygon will be included in the selection set. And obviously in this case, the ACV text and this block are simply touching the boundaries, and they are also included in the selection set. So now press enter, and here we have it. The objects are now selected. So we have one more selection set here, and for that I'll again click at any point here to start it, and we have this first option, fence. Now using fence, you can create a fence, and whatever object is touched by this fence will be selected. So in this case, you can see that this fence is simply touching the objects, and all of these objects are now included in our selection set. Now press enter, and here we have it. The objects are included in the selection set. In the AutoCAD 2018 version, AutoCAD added an off-screen selection, and the off-screen selection is helpful for selecting this kind of long geometries. So let's say that we want to make a selection by zooming this drawing, and we just want to include our selection somewhere from here. Now we are including the objects in our selection set, and along with inclusion of objects, we are also moving the drawing towards right. So now we are scrolling it, we are panning it here, and now we are including many objects. Now let's click here. Now all of these objects which are present in the screen are obviously selected, but in the previous versions of AutoCAD, if you would have panned your drawing, you'll find that these objects would be removed from the selection set, but not anymore with AutoCAD 2018 version. So with AutoCAD 2018 version, all the objects which are not present in the screen will also be selected if you have included them in the selection set. So now when you zoom out, you'll notice that the complete set of objects are included in the selection set even when they were not present on the screen while making the selection. So that's a new enhancement in AutoCAD 2018 version. So this was all about creating selection sets in AutoCAD, and using these selection set you can make some intelligent selections even in the crowded drawings.